Hi, this is Douglas Robinson, and in this video we're going to be talking about a new update to our custom REST API, which is going to allow you to query a user's AD group memberships in real time, as well as all of the users that are a member of a specified group in real time. So this will be useful if you're trying to automate things based on what Active Directory group memberships someone has or permissions they've been assigned in Active Directory. And to demonstrate this, we actually have a couple of one-steps that we built out to communicate with our custom REST API. So we have one of them here that's labeled check users AD groups, and we have another one here that's labeled check AD group memberships. So the first one here shows us a list of all of the groups that a single user belongs to, and the other one shows us all of the users that belong to a single group. Now for the user one, we're just going to specify the SAM account name. And to test that one out, I have, I have a user account in here that I wanted to test this with. Okay, here we go. So the user account we're going to test out with is the user account that's labeled here. The user ID is just defined API, which is the name of our custom REST API. So when we prompt ourselves for this user account with this one step, for check users AD groups, we're going to enter in that SAM account name. And then we're going to get back a list of the AD groups that that user is a member of, and we can check that very quickly here in Active Directory. If we pull up this user, we look at their member of attribute. They are a member of these two groups. So then if we wanted to see exactly what's being returned. So if you were building out a one-step to consume this, you would actually see this prompt right here, not this prompt, but this data right here. It's sent over in XML format, so you have a collection of group elements that show each of the groups that that user belongs to. The way this one-step is configured is fairly simple, so if we open it up, we get a prompt to get the user ID that we're going to be sending for this, and then from there we have a REST API call that we're sending to this custom API. Now there is a special format that you have to send. So in XML format you have to send out the SAM account name, and then you also have to send the LDAP directory search path that you're going to be sending. So this is usually just going to be either your user's path, or if you know that they're in a specific OU, you could put the OU in there as well. But we are, for the purposes of this demo, we're just going to query from users. Because on the back end, when we make that query to Active Directory, we need to have a path to start that query. And so you can have this just be static. We're not making it change based on a variable. And then from there, this sends an API request. We get the result here. We're then processing that as an XML collection. We're stepping through the XML collection using a step through collection action, and we're compiling a variable with all of the different group names. And then from there we show the list of those names, and then we show the actual result that was sent from Active Directory, or from our API service that connects to Active Directory. The next one, for check AD group memberships, it functions very similarly, but for this one you're going to send in the distinguished name of the group, and for this one you're sending out the OU, the CN, and the DC values for that group. And if you don't know how to get this, we actually just did a video on that. So if we go into, let's see, users here for example. So if we take one of these groups, like domain users or domain admins as a good example, what you would do is you would go to the attribute editor and you would find distinguished name, and then you're just going to, you can double click on that to bring it up, and from there you can copy and paste that value into that prompt and it should work. If you don't have access to that attribute editor, you want to go to the view menu up here and select advanced features, and then it should show up. And so we'll put in the distinguished name here, and we'll get back, here's a list of all the users that are members of that group. If we click OK, we get back another pop-up that shows us the actual XML that was returned, and that's it. So this is how you can use our custom REST API to return the AD group memberships in real time. So you can have some process that goes and checks these Active Directory groups as part of its own workflow. All you would need to do is send out that call to web service action, populate the data into it. For example, if you know what someone's SAM account name is, you don't necessarily need a prompt. You would just need to format this data and send it to our custom REST API, and then it would query Active Directory to get back that user's groups or all of the people that are a member of a group if you were trying to do something like assign people to teams based on group memberships, yada, yada, yada. And then from there, you can process the results as you need. That's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below or reach out to us at our website, which is dev@software.com. Thanks.